friends, welcome to the daily current affairs session of 23rd April 2018, brought to you by Ekam IAS, and prelims is nearing, so we'll have a quick look at some of the topics. International Monetary and Financial Committee, something related to IMF. Indian Paradise Flycatcher, Ecosystem Service Improvement Project, some collaboration with the Global Environment Facility and like that. 12 Waves, Guru Sadai, Museum. Now, out of this last one, the museum, you have to read from the material. It is in Bengal, West Bengal actually. It contains many prehistoric, pre-independent Bengal artifacts and cultural treasures inside it. So have a look at the material of this. I'll be explaining the rest for. Okay, so International Monetary and Financial Committee. So this is something. It's an advisory group, just like we have seen yesterday, Defense Planning Committee, which is an advisory body to the Defense Minister or to the Defense sector of India. So same way, this is a committee consisting of some members elected from the IMF members. Now, IMF is having 180 plus members. We know that. So from among them, some 24 council members will be selected to form a committee which will plan, decide, not decide. They will plan. They will do research on what should be the actions taken or what should be the directions taken by the IMF. So this is an advisory body to the IMF, which will give advices, which will render advices and directions to IMF, which IMF can accept to have implementation in various kinds of countries according to their ability, economic ability. So there is news was that RBI Governor on behalf of Finance Minister Arun Jaitley have issued a document regarding the constituency, a new constituency inside our subcontinent, which is BBIS. Bangladesh, Bhutan, India and Sri Lanka, not Nepal. So no, news is not important, but we need to know about IMFC. IMFC advises and reports to the IMF Board of Governors, International Monetary Fund Board of Governors, on the supervision and management of the international monetary and finance system. As I told, it acts as an advisory body. Now, what advisory body will do? They will think on what should be the action plan, what should be the financial, what is the current financial management system. So how plans should be taken, what directions should be taken by IMF, etc. So there are 24 members who are central bank governors, ministers or others of comparable rank. So it's not just central bank governors. Central bank means we have RBI. Same way, it's not just central bank governors, but there can be ministers like finance minister, external minister, etc. There can be others who have comparable rank to that, who has a cabinet rank or something like that, a diplomat rank. So since 2007, IMFC chairman have been appointed for a term of 3 years. Now, why this sentence is written is because during the establishment they didn't set up how much should be the tenure of the council members or how much should be the tenure of the chairman. So since 2007, 3-year term has been followed. Now discusses what they discuss. They discuss matters affecting to the global economy, the issues affecting the issues of concern which affect the global economy. What should be the plans taken? What are the disadvantages or drawbacks of the previous plans taken? All those things will be discussed, analyzed, research will be done, and then they will render advice to IMF. So they will advise it will advise the IMF on directions of its work, what directions it should take. So there is no formal voting at IMFC. Normally, such kind of organizations like IMF and World Bank have voting system where each person will be designated or each member will be designated some percentage of votes. Sometimes it may be equal votes. Sometimes it will be depending on how much share they are giving, how much capital they are giving accordingly. So here there is no voting. There is just consensus, means a mutual agreement. So anyways, that was the news about IMFC. So next one is about Indian Paradise Flycatcher. It's not an aircraft or something. It's actually a migratory bird which comes from uplands, from our central India, from our above the Deccan Plateau. So this is a migratory bird which comes from the higher elevation of peninsular hills, especially from central India. So all those above Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and all those areas, it's a migratory bird, just like a kingfisher. So this is a medium-sized passerine bird native to Asia. It's not endemic just to India. It is native to Asia. So we have India, Myanmar, Bangladesh, and some areas of that Tibetan area. So this is actually IUCN have the status as least concern, but we need to know where it is found. It is endemic to which place, etc. So one fact, one trivia is it's a state animal of Madhya Pradesh. So that is a good fact from here. It is native to the Indian subcontinent, as I told, Central Asia and Myanmar. thick forest and well wooded habitats are the generally they are found in thick forest and well wooded, but they can also be found in some deciduous forest, light deciduous forest, shady groves, gardens, etc. So not just thick forest, but it can be found in different areas also. Like central India have deciduous forest. We know that evergreen forest is found in South India and those northeast areas. But it can be also be found in deciduous areas. They are insectivorous. So why this is news? Because they have migrated. Usually migration take place every year from those upland hills, central India, above central India to Chennai. There is a bird sanctuary, Vedantangal and Karigilli bird sanctuary. Karigilli and Vedantangal bird sanctuaries are in Chennai, Kanchipuram district. So that only 2-3 facts from here. It's a migratory bird, but least concern. IUCN and red list, least concern. Next news is about ecosystem service for improvement project. Ecosystem service improvement project. Now this is actually something of a World Bank. Now we know about global environment facility. Anyway, I will show a slide of that also. So this is news because India signs global environment facility grant agreement. Global environment facility grant agreement. So this is a whole big agreement on the name of GEF, because the funding will be done by GEF with the World Bank. So India through this GEF signs a collaboration with the World Bank of some US dollar to 24.64 million. This was in news last year also, where the signing took place. Now we are going to have a next step towards this. So why? What is the function? It is enhance, or what does the agreement say? To enhance the forest ecosystem services and improve the livelihoods of forest dependent communities in central Indian highlands. So this is particularly concentrating on the central Indian highlands like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. Now India has most forest cover in that area, right? Madhya Pradesh has a one of the highest forest area cover. So the state implementation will be done in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and under the National Mission for Green India. So how many facts you are getting? This is an agreement of Global Environment Facility Grant Agreement. With whom we are doing the agreement? With World Bank. How much? 24.64 million. Amount is not much important, but UPSC used to ask one among the statements, like 1, 2, 3. The third statement will be the corpus of the scheme is 40,000 crore. The corpus of the scheme is 100 crore, like that. So main schemes, if we learn the capital corpus or what is the fund allocated, it is good to it will help us to have a judge a statement. So this is GEF, India signing GEF trust fund with World Bank, where it is implemented central Indian highlands, states Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. Under what? Under in India, which is a scheme, National Mission for Green India, and the finance is entirely by World Bank from its GEF trust fund. So these are the facts that you are getting, and duration will be 5 years. Anyway, have a good idea of these facts where I have underlined. Okay. Next, a few facts about the Global Environment Facility. We all know the 1992 Rio Earth Summit is the mother program, where entire world was integrated together to have a common goal to protect the environment. Till then, we didn't have a very big aim, very umbrella and a pan global aim was not present. But in 1992, talks were there since 1970s and 80s. The Club of Rome and all those. So when was the ultimate conference happened in 1992, Rio de Janeiro, Rio Earth Summit. So when that was established, Global Environment Facility was also established as a funding mechanism for entire projects. So this will help to tackle our planet's most pressing environmental problems. So almost every initiatives by different countries of different parts of the world, most of them will be funded by GEF. Either the country can have a partnership 50-50 or something, sharing of fund between that government and the GEF, and many other places or many other schemes. The entire fund will be given by this GEF. So just like we have seen the previous one. So just matter of fact, 17 billion in grants till now they have given, and mobilizing 88 billion, an additional 88 billion. So 17 plus 88 billion in 4,000 projects in 170 countries. That's what their target say till now. This is from their own website. Now international partnership, it's a very big international partnership of whom? These are the 4 members, 183 countries are there today. International institutions are there, various international institutions including governmental as well as non-governmental. There are civil society organizations and private sector also. So it is a collaboration, it's a very big international partnership where funding will be contributed by different areas, different sectors, including the private sector, civil society organizations. So these are enough for you to get a good mark in this kind of statement questions where environmental institutions are asked to. Like this, many institutions are there. List out daily one thing, daily one institution you can list out in a separate notebook or something, so that last revision will help you solve many questions. Anyways, next one is about again this is a GEF timeline. Actually this is a slide of GEF timeline. See, since 1992 Rio Earth Summit, and in 1994 it became the financial mechanism for Convention of Biodiversity and UNFCCC. Now in Rio Earth Summit, three main conventions are there: Biodiversity Convention, CCD, that is combat desertification, and the major one UNFCCC, climate change. So in 1994 CBD and UNFCCC were merged under this. The financial mechanism was GEF. Then the first assembly happened in India. So that's a good fact. In 1998, first assembly was it took place in India. Second one in China, 2002. So 4 years gap. Now in 2001 they became the financial mechanism for Stockholm Convention. Now what is Stockholm Convention? There are three conventions, right? Stockholm, Vienna, and Rotterdam. So learn about that, which are the convention dealing with what all things. Have a good idea. Third assembly was in South Africa, 2006, and see, in 2010 they became the financial mechanism for UNCCD. So all the three conventions were not funded by this GEF during the beginning. It took 2010 to have this UNCCD under this. Then again 2013 it became the financial mechanism for Minamata Convention. So which all are the major conventions that are being funded by GEF? Have a good look. This picture is enough for you. Now 2018 6th assembly was held in Vietnam. So anyways, next is about swell waves. Swell waves is a phenomenon. Recently the coastal states have been warned of swell waves. So the fishermen should take cautious steps or warning. They have given the warning to the fishermen, especially also going into the deep sea. Now India's coast will be lashed by high energy swell waves on Saturday and Sunday. That means last Saturday and Sunday. So fishermen were given warning. Now what it is actually? See, it is a resultant of high wind strength, high wind duration, and fetch. Now these are the three terms they should know. That's all from this news. Wind strength is the strength of the wind, how much energy it can impart to the surface of the ocean while blowing. So wind is a phenomenon. It can be land breeze or sea breeze. It can be very long offshore wind also coming from very far away. So what is the energy given to the surface of the ocean so that the water is uplifted? That is wind strength. Now wind duration is how much time it can give that much energy. It can dissipate that much energy. That is wind strength. Wind duration. Now fetch is actually it is the distance that wind blows through over the surface of the ocean, so that much of water will be carried away. So fetch is the distance, this is the time, duration, wind duration is the time, and wind strength is how much energy it can impact. So resultant of all these three is what? The wind will uplift the wave just like a tsunami wave. It will have a curvature, and big waves will be coming, and that will result in much friction, further friction, which will uplift further amount of water. So it will have a continuous wave effect on the coastal states. So that is what these swell waves are all about. And this alert has been given by National Disaster Management Agency. And swells are massive ripples that form on the sea due to the prolonged wind action. That is a basic definition. Now collection of waves produced by storm winds ranging hundreds of miles out of the sea. So that is what, hundreds of miles are there where the wind blows. It's not just land breeze or sea breeze, which is a local phenomenon. The wind can come from very far away, hundreds of miles away. So three things: wind strength, how fast is the wind; wind duration, how long it blows; and fetch, the distance the wind blows across the surface of the ocean. Anyways, so I'm winding up here. Have a nice day, study well, and if any doubts you can ask. Just like make it a very interactive session. Prelims is nearing, you need to know more facts, and as much as facts as you can. That is the whole concept is about. Anyways, thank you, have a nice day.